Hey guys, welcome back. It's Groovus Hex, and thanks for viewing. And when we left off, the heroes are in the village. Just a real quick thing for people that might not know. The turn order, we just did the siege phase. That only happens at the beginning of the game when the heroes break the door down. Big battle right at the start. So that's called the siege phase. But now that we're into the normal game, we're at the village right now. And so there's movement, explore, encounter, combat, and village. You can shop at the village. So that's the state we're at, and we're going to go to the movement phase. And I kind of sped stuff along. And what I did was explain about the academy here and all the stuff you can do at the village. I traded in my dead monsters. As you know, they all have XP on them. And this is a very, very rough draft of the monster card for the real Dungeon Crusade. But what you do is you trade in your cards and you buy your powers for your heroes. So I had 8 XP, and we discard these. We'll set these over here. And then I bought new powers here. So for the Barbarian, I got a Rampage, and he can attack one adjacent monster. So we'll put that next to him. And then the next one I got was for the Archer. This is the Heat Staker stance. And when you go on this, you could deal 1 damage on a hit. So that's what that does, and there's a counter for this. Put that on there. And then lastly, I got something for the Cleric, and this is a pretty good one, that if I attack an adjacent monster, you can choose 1 hero within 1 tile, but again, this is going to be squares, and it gains 1 hit point. So I'm sorry to use these as a placeholder, but in the next few weeks, I'm going to start designing. The next time you see this, I think all of this should be totally gone, and you're going to see the new hero cards, where you can equip your items and your trinkets and stuff like that. And to give you an idea, this is what a hero can carry. They can carry 2 extra, they'll have 2 inventory slots and 3 slots for their weapon, armor, and trinket. So hopefully next time you see this, all this will be gone. And so let's get back here to the village. So that's how the academy works. I just traded that in. I got that, and we're going to shop a little bit more in the village before we head back to the dungeon. Another thing that's very helpful is this healing fountain. And what we do here is if we pay 300 gold, now this might change with the final game, but this is a rough idea. What we're going to do is we're going to trade 300 gold, and we get to roll a d4, and the heroes get to recover that many hit points. So what you do when you're done with your treasure, you come back over here and you just put it back into the treasure bag. Remember, this is of elven descent. It really is. So we come back over here, we take a d4, wherever the d4 is. Here's the d4. Guys, I'm in a loss here because I cannot find the d4. It's right in front of me. How obvious. Okay, so we got the healing fountain here, and we'll roll a d4 to see what we recover. And they recover 2 hit points. So Thorgrim is much needed to get these things off of him. And I'm thinking the heroes might have a little more hit points in, when you see the next version of Dungeon Crusade. And the Barbarian will heal also for 2. So that is done. And I think lastly what we're going to do is just come up here, and in the merchant's shop here, he's got torches. In Dungeon Crusade, there's only 5 torches in the game. And the thing is, when you start seeing all the tiles revealed, the torch kills the darkness in a room. So all of the bonuses monsters get will be gone. But you have to use those things really strategically. Those things are only 100 gold, but in mid to late game, you're going to be needing torches. So you don't want to waste these early in the game. And I gave Caddy 1, because I'm going to show you how this exactly works in the darkness. And so let's just go over here in the merchant shop. He has a healing potion, and it's 200. I'm going to cash in my last 200 gold, and we're going to buy the healing potion. And we're probably going to give this over here to Thorgrim. So imagine he could actually equip 1 more trinket, and then in his inventory, when you see the card, he'll be able to put 1 extra thing into his inventory. And if you remember Yolo, our dungeoneering dog, in the Phantom Riviera, you saw that. That's hilarious. So she's going out to explore a dungeon. Okay, so we're done in the village. Everything is done. So now we start back at the top of a round. And you move the token up. So it's Caddy. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on this heat seeker stance, because while this is on your card, your attacks deal 1 damage. Okay, so we're going to do the movement. Now in the movement phase, you're allowed to move twice. And that because these tiles are bigger compared to what I was using. And her speed is 6. So let's move her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to stop there. Okay, so that's the movement phase. She's moved in. And now what we do is we move down to the explore phase. So we take a D4, and it's 4. So what we have to do is we have to place 4 tiles. So we come over to the first one, and we pick it, and it's a lighted room. Now this is what I was talking about. It's either we have, the dark and the light. So what I'm going to do is I can choose where to place this. There's an opening here and here, 2 doorways. So for now, I'm going to put this over here. So you see that connects there, so that the dungeon's kind of growing there. So that's a light room. That's good for us. So I have to place another tile, and I pick another from the dungeon deck here and reveal it, and it's a dark room. Now, this dark room, the monsters gain +2 to attack roll and +1 to AC roll. So we're going to place this, and you always place it where the words are. I'm going to put little symbols, or in the finished product there's going to be one. So we place that there. So another thing on dark rooms, some of the tiles are going to be really powerful. There's some that's going to regenerate the monster's health if they're in there. So that's why torches, which I'm going to use here in a moment, you'll see what's going on. Now if you notice, I can't see past that. There's no way I can see, because a dark room, you can't see past all that. But in this room, however, if she's looking straight up, she can see right over here to this tile. So we're going to take the last tile over here, and it is another lit room, a lighted room. So we'll place that here. And those connect actually fairly well together. Okay? Now, if you notice, she couldn't even, I'm out of tiles because this is kind of like a demo. I can't place anything. There's nothing else. So I have 1 tile left that could not be placed. And I meant to do this before, because the dark room is revealed. Remember, the whole dark and light are fighting, because, evil's trying to grow into the dungeon and the light is pushing it back. We come over to the encounter track. So this was a dark room. Come over to the encounter track, and we go to 16. So it lowered it. But we just revealed a light tile, so it goes back up. And then the other lighted room pushes the darkness back. So now we're at 18. And then we're going to roll for an encounter when we get back. So what we do now is, the bad thing is about when you have tiles left over, you get ambushed. And what you have to do is you have to take the top card and then you place it by that hero, whatever it is. That's an ambush. It's kind of like, since you didn't explore, looking for monsters, the monsters come looking for you. So this goes, first of all, it goes right on the caddy, and he gets initiative 1 right off the bat. So already she has got 1 monster, and you give him the first initiative. So that's kind of like how it happens. When you don't place tiles, they could get ambushed. And then finally, though, I think we're going to have to make one last part, and that should be it. She does have the torch. So what we're going to do is we're going to light the torch. You flip it over, and it's a lit torch. So now you can see we can put that over that. So a torch has killed the darkness in this room, so the monsters will not get a bonus. And there's only 4 torches left for the game. Okay, so let's place monsters here, tokens, and we'll wrap it up and come back for probably the last thing I can do for this demo. So we'll place, remember, on purple crystals. These are how monsters spawn. We put that on the purple crystal, and we'll put that. So real quickly, we'll reveal and come back, and we'll see what, we'll place the monster. So we're going to place a monster there. You don't place one in the room that you're in unless you get ambushed.